Alright, so just jumping right into it, 5x5 yellow, or whatever. So, I'm going to be looking through a camera for this, so everything's going to be bad. Of course, you start with the first few centers and everything else like that. So, a generic Yao is pretty much making the first three edges and everything else like that, because yeah, that's how Yao works. Okay, so I've got the first three edges. Some people decide to make a last cross edge, and that often has a lot of problems because they don't really know how to preserve it. And so pretty much to answer that question is, like, let's say I have this green bar, I can attach it to the green bar, and then let's say I want to make the center. So I have that edge, I make the center, and it preserves this, and then that's the green center done. This is preserved. Everything else I do from this point on is going to be preserved, because that's still preserved, and because I attached it to the center there. So pretty much that's the centers, and then you would attach it and go on with regular pairing. But the problem with Yao is that you have bad last four edges. So let's go ahead and take a look at my Yao. So of course, again, let's start with this. First few centers, however that works. So first two centers, the thing is, this can entirely be done color neutral because of this next step here. So for Yao, for this Yao, I can do like a completely color neutral first two edges. So I have this as my first pair, pretty much the most move efficient one that I found. The next one is this, which is really move efficient, and this is already mostly pre-made, but I also have this. Let's do this for the sake of color neutrality whenever I find the edge, which is right here. So that's the first three edges. You don't have to preserve another last cross edge because it just wastes time. You'll see why later. So time to go into centers. What I do for centers is I normally use T, like the T center trick, a lot, and I use it because you can make a lot of bars and everything else from that. So let's say I do this. That's one center in the back done. Right there. Okay. Then the fun part with the blue here is, like, let's say I have this bar here, so I can make the center bar, then this bar, and now these are the two centers done, all with the out preserved. Last two centers is generic, and then this is the fun part, you know, regular Yao, you put cross on the bottom. I'm gonna do the white red for an example. So to make the last cross edge, you would normally slice up slice and everything like that. In a regular Yao, you would have to take it out and reinsert it like that. But in this Yao, you don't have to. Like, let's say I have that split up. What you can do is you can do a de-insert, which is pretty much just a cycle, because you don't have anything to preserve here, so why preserve it? And let's go directly into this pair. You can pretty much use free slice pairing. You can influence rotations. You can pretty much change entirely how you do the solve. So that's pairing done right there. And since I do last four edges on you, this is a standard case that you get free slice because it's completely, like, free slice reduction is completely random. So I'm going to flip there, solve the first edge, solve the next edge, and the thing is, the last 4 edges are suboptimal. My Yao 5x5 last 4 edges pretty much is free slice last 4 edges, which is arguably the best case scenario. So then you pretty much make the cross on 3x3 stage, which doesn't take that much time if you're actually good at solving or whatever. And then you solve it like a 3x3 as normal, I would hope. So that's pretty much the solve. That's pretty much like what I do. I'm going to do one more faster paced walkthrough solve, just so you kind of get the grasp of how this thing entirely works. This is going to be color neutral and everything like that. And the best part about it is it's completely move efficient. So, I see that I have this bar. So I actually want to preserve it because it's a pre-made corner and I can make that into a bar. And then, like, yeah, simple enough. This isn't easy when you're looking through a camera. So first eccentric is literally generic. Okay, first 3 edges, I did blue-green, so you would think, hey, it's Yao, I'm gonna do blue-green. But this is also Yao in principle, but I'm not gonna do blue-green, I'm just trying to find this edge, which is right in front of me. So that's blue-green, I can insert it in the fewest moves I possibly can. And then, let's say that I wanted to do this edge. It's very move efficient, which is the best part about this. And then there. What I want to do then is I want to make a T as fast as I can, and then make a center right there in the back. While I was doing that, I was tracking this red, so I've already got a pre-made, and that was just really lucky. What I can do for last 2 centers is I can do a few things. Most reduction things, you focus on making blocks. What I can focus on is making T's, again because it's very move efficient and very friendly on ergonomics. While I was finishing that, I saw that I had this, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and do a D insert with the first pair right there, second pair right there, third pair right here with the flip and E2, and then fourth pair is going to be right there, which is really lucky. Technically you're doing 5 edges, but because of the reduced look ahead, it's not that big of a problem. So I've got this, a generic regular case on E, and then case on M into parity, which is standard. And then during that, since I know that only these are swaps during parity, I was already looking ahead to cross, which is, of course, super simple. And everybody knows 3x3 stage at this point. I'm just going to do it with a lot of difficulty because I'm looking through a camera viewfinder. Yep. Okay. And that's pretty much how you do my Yao. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, kind of understood it. You can ask me questions if you really want to. So yeah, it's like Yao in principle, but it's still relatively different. Okay, see ya.